Well, good morning, or sorry, good afternoon, everybody. Hi, my name is Don Prelgott. I'm the CEO of Community Colleges Australia, and I am the host for this afternoon's Community Education Student of the Year Award. I hope that you can hear me okay. We are expecting quite a few people from a number of different areas over a good part of the east coast of Australia. So I want to welcome everybody to this event, which is taking place obviously via Zoom. The first thing I want to do is obviously, other than welcome you, is to acknowledge that I am on the lands of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and I honor their elders past, present, and emerging. And we also acknowledge that this Zoom activity is taking place virtually on Indigenous land through a large part of Australia. Today, we have a very full afternoon because we have a number of different people to honor. It's the fourth year that Community Colleges Australia, which we call CCA, has undertaken its Community Education Student of the Year Awards. This year, because of COVID-19, we are doing it virtually rather than in person, as we've done in the 3 previous years. However, it does enable additional participants from other places where they may not have otherwise done. The first thing we'll do in a minute or two is have welcomes from a couple of ministers, the New South Wales and Commonwealth ministers. Following that, what I will do is that I will call on each of the nominating organizations or colleges to say hello and introduce themselves on screen so that they can have so that we can see everybody, which will be a very great delight to do that. So with that, I also want to acknowledge before we're starting that the awards this year will be officially presented on behalf of the New South Wales government, which is sponsoring the awards, by Austin Whitehead, who is the department's representative. He is the director of the Training Sector and Governance group in the New South Wales Department of Education. And I also want to acknowledge that we have the 2 judges, one of whom will be participating on the event today, Vanessa Isles, who's the manager of the Reading Writing Hotline, who's based in Sydney. Our second judge, who gives his apologies, is Gordon Amon, who is the former CEO and principal of Coast Community College. Now, with that said, what I would like to do is actually now introduce a video of the Honourable Jeff Lee, New South Wales Minister for New South Wales Minister for Skills and Tertiary Education. Dr. Lee.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Lee, Minister for Skills and Tertiary Education. It's a pleasure to speak to you at the Community Education Student of the Year Awards. I continue to be impressed with the achievements of our students and the dedication of community colleges. Today is a celebration for students who have overcome many barriers and now have a pathways to a more prosperous future. Congratulations to all the winners on this outstanding achievement. And thank you to the Community Colleges Australia for hosting this event.
And that is Dr. Lee, who has been an extremely good and very strong supporter of the New South Wales community education, adult and community education sector here in New South Wales since his arrival in that ministerial portfolio, which was more than a year and a half ago. So we're very pleased to have his support. The next person which I'll introduce is a somewhat longer introduction from the Commonwealth Assistant Minister for Skills, Vocational Education, and Training and Apprenticeships. That is the Honourable Steve Irons, who is a Member of Parliament. He's from Western Australia. He spoke at our Brisbane conference a year ago. We have met him in person a number of times. And here is Steve Irons with his welcome.
Hi, I'm Steve Irons, the Federal Member for Swan, and also the Assistant Minister for Vocational Education, Training and Apprenticeships. Firstly, I'd like to thank community colleges for the opportunity to address you today. I also want to pass on a message of congratulations to the winners from my colleague, Minister Michaelia Cash. I'm so pleased that the 2020 Community Education Student of the Year Awards are still going ahead, even though it is virtually this year. Despite the challenges that COVID-19 has presented to us all this year, it is important to mark the achievements of all the deserving finalists. These awards have never been more relevant. A strong and productive vet sector is central to kickstarting the national economy and ensuring our future prosperity. And of course, vet is a powerful and transformative tool for so many people, taking them to places they might never have dreamed of. I myself am a product of the vet system. I started my career as an apprentice electrician, and I went on to set up my own business, hiring many apprentices over the years. So entering a training or study pathway is always a big undertaking. It takes particular focus and discipline to fit education in, especially as an adult, with all the responsibilities of adult life. The not-for-profit Adult and Community Education, or ACE as it's known, the skills sector serves almost 12% of total vet students each year and includes a significant percentage of our most vulnerable and disadvantaged students. The government is proud to support the ACE sector. All of the finalists have inspiring stories of overcoming adversity in both their training and in their lives. One of the best parts of my job is meeting people whose lives have been transformed by VET. I can tell you that when I started as an apprentice, I couldn't have imagined the career path it would put me on. The government recognises the importance of adult learning and the importance of everyone building their skills, regardless of their age. So learning new things can boost our confidence and make us more adaptable to change. Australia's ACE sector provides accessible learning opportunities for adults in their local communities. People can choose to learn in the ACE sector for a variety of reasons, from personal interest in learning and building foundation skills, or alternative pathways to further education, or to overcoming disadvantage. Central to supporting people to reskill, upskill and stay engaged during the pandemic is the capacity to offer innovative pathways to access training and skills development. That is why our government put skills and training front and centre in response to the pandemic. Our 5-year JobMaker plan will boost economic growth, create jobs and invest in Australia's future industries and skills. In tandem with JobMaker, initiatives such as the Job Trainer Fund and the recently announced $1.2 billion wage subsidies measure for 100,000 new apprenticeships and trainees reaffirms our commitment to equipping Australians with the skills and employment pathways for the future. And then there is our existing work to re-engage those who may have missed out on learning opportunities earlier in their life. This includes the Skills for Education and Employment program, the Adult Migrant English program, and the Foundation Skills for Your Future program. These programs help job seekers, migrants and employed Australians to improve their English language, literacy, numeracy and digital skills and keep up with the rapid changes in the workplace. So our government will continue to support skills and training in this country. To all the finalists, thank you for leading the way or showing us just how far VET can take you in your life and in your career. So good luck to everyone and congratulations on being chosen as a finalist. You and your family and friends and community can be proud of your outstanding achievement and commitment to skills and training. So I look forward to seeing where your training takes you next. So the Assistant Minister.
And thanks very much. That was the Commonwealth Assistant Minister for Vocational Education and Training, the Honourable Steve Irons, who is a Member of Parliament and who has shown a great deal of support for Australia's adult and community education sector. Now, what I'm going to do now is I want to, first of all, say, run down the list of finalists and give an opportunity for each of the groups, because a number of our finalists are there in groups or of individuals in different locations around New South Wales and also Queensland, and give you an opportunity to say hello, say who's there in your location before we actually get to the presentation of the awards. But just also so that what I will do is just list them first. So we have our finalists. Our nominations are Crystal Barlow from Atwea College, Polly Berry from Byron Community College, Teresa Lee Gass from Community College Northern Inland and the Inverell campus, Olivia Wales, Macarthur Community College, Kirsty Cottrell from Riverina Community College, Ava Steele from Tamworth Community College, and Rosio Carabello from Virto. We also have Teresa Mapuzua from Youth Development Foundation in Brisbane. And also we have a special achievement acknowledgement today for the late Rebecca Hilton from Western Riverina Community College in Griffith. Those are our list of finalists. And first, let's see if we can have a ring around to the, or sort of go around to the colleges around the country. Atwea College, are you there? And is it possible to say hello? I'm not hearing anything. Hopefully we'll hear you soon. We do see Nicola from Newcastle. We might continue down the list though. Just now, Byron Community College, who's nominated Polly Berry. I understand you're having an event there, which includes a number of people, including a senior officer from the office of your local member of parliament from Byron. Is it possible to say hello?
Hello. Can you hear me, Don?
We can hear you. Thank you.
Oh. Hi, everyone out there. We've got quite a little gathering here. Any excuse for a party in Byron. And I'm very pleased to have not only Polly here, but also some members of her family, her mum and dad and her brother and his girlfriend and extended family, and quite a few of the college staff. So thank you, CCA, for hosting this event, and also hi to to the ministers and to everybody who's here from other colleges. So I'm just going to say something very briefly about Polly. Obviously, with her permission, just a little bit of a story, and I will try and keep it to only a couple of minutes. But one of the things that's really striking about Polly's journey is that the system struggled to really help her, particularly in her teenage years. Just wasn't a fit with a school. There was a diagnosis of autism. There was a lot of negative experiences at school. Polly was born in Cambodia and she was adopted by Australian parents. Her learning difficulties and developmental delays were regularly attributed with potential trauma that she may have experienced either in utero or in her first year of coming to Australia. I'm going to fast track the story to say that without her year 10 school certificate, many pathways were closed to her. So she started enrolling in some of the non-accredited art courses offered by our college in 2018. And note that it was art as that initial pathway. Fast forward to the end of 2019, she completed, wait for it, 11 short courses ranging from art journaling, sewing, bamboo building to backyard food production. So she got her hands into the earth as well. And at each course, Polly's confidence in social groups grew as she connected regularly with members of the community. And her confidence of learning new skills was helped, particularly with the assistance of our student support and the Foundation Skills program. Polly started talking to neighbours about their gardens and building structures to assist with the growing. And with careful consideration, the backing of her parents, tutors and college staff, Polly enrolled this year the beginning of the year in the Certificate 3 in permaculture. Horticulture. Horticulture. Well, it could have been permaculture next year, Polly.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, she's kept her attendance and assessment progress at optimal levels. She's become an integral part of the class and has made some lifelong friends in some of the students. Her commitment of learning and her uptake of knowledge throughout her journey has been, by all, a joy to watch. And Polly's not only secured a job with a local, she has secured a job with a local herb nursery, and which specialises in employing people with a disability. How apt is that? I must say that Polly's main challenge during COVID, when the college had to go online, was the connection with the rest of the students. However, you were able to continue with online sessions, Polly, which was really important. Your story, Polly, is an inspiring example of a student who has found success in learning despite your disability and what's possible to achieve, because you were given a chance to find the right way to learn gradually and gain confidence. And I must pay tribute to your extended family, to your parents, for really hanging in there as well. Well done, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard, and fabulous to meet you, Polly. That is great. Let's next turn to, I believe, in Inverell, Community College Northern Inland, which is nominated Teresa Lee Gus. I think the lead person there is Alison Heaney. We also should be having Tanya Archer, as well as other classmates and family. Inverell.
Hello, everybody. There is a big crowd at the local RSL at Inverell today. I will try to lift up the computer to show you later. To my left, which might be your right, is Teresa, a very special, precious person to the Inverell community. So after many years at Target Country, she has retrained to be an aged care, did a Cert 3 in aged care and is now working at the local health service. So it's been a huge change for Teresa. She also had the challenges of online learning as well. And a great thank you to her trainers that are here, the campus coordinators, the administrators, the vet managers here. There's Mum, the partner, are all here today to celebrate with Teresa. So thank you very much.
Absolutely fabulous. Thank you very much, Alison. Teresa, wonderful to meet you. Congratulations to you to becoming a finalist in the awards, and also our warm greetings to everybody in Inverell. We next turn to Olivia Wales, who is nominated by Macarthur Community College in Sydney Southwest. Now, Olivia, I understand, is in Tamworth this afternoon. Hopefully we have her on the line to say hello, and there may also be additional people at the college. Olivia, I think I see you there. Are you able to say hello to us?
Hey, how you going? Did it work? Hello.
Can you say who's there with you and where you are?
I'm at a medical centre, which is in Tamworth in Sydney, and I'm with my manager and my practice nurse. Hello.
That's fabulous. And thank you very much for taking time out of your day today, and also particularly to your manager and the practice nurse for having this pause, because this is a very important day for Olivia and of course her college. So it's fabulous to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We next turn to Wagga, New South Wales, Riverina Community College, which is nominated Kirsty Cottrell. Now, I understand that Lisa Douglas is there, and we should even have Joe McGurr, MP, the member for Wagga Wagga, as well as others in Training Services New South Wales. Have we got our friends in Wagga at Riverina Community College ready to say hello?
Hi, John. Yes, you do. Kirsty's to my left. So Kirsty has almost at the completion of her Certificate 3 in hairdressing. Kirsty came to us almost 18 months ago, ready to pursue her dream in hairdressing. She is a mother to 8 children, I believe, so extremely busy. As well as completing her course, Kirsty has undertaken many short courses in first aid. She's a qualified sports trainer, often helping out with the local AFL teams. She's always the first to put up her hand to volunteer if help is needed, and also works with people with disability. So we are extremely proud of Kirsty and her achievements.
Thank you. And can you introduce the other people in the room with you?
I can. So we have Angela Ray from Training Services New South Wales. We have Dr. Joe McGurr over here. And we also have Serena Hardwick from Wagga Business Chambers here with us as well.
That's fabulous. And I think I also see Jim Clapman sitting in the back. Hello, Jim, and others from Wagga. It's a pleasure to have you all along today. We're really pleased. Our warm welcome to this event. We're next going to turn, and thank you again. We're next going to turn to Tamworth Community College, which nominated Ava Steele. Now, we should have a number of people in Tamworth, including Cheryl Wilson from the staff, as well as Lisa Roberts from the board of directors. I hope Michelle Simpson, Jade Vermeer, and others. Tamworth, are you with us? And can you come in and say hello?
Hi, Don. Yep. Yep, they're all here, as you can hear. Well, welcome to Tamworth Community College, Don and everyone, and welcome to the country music capital of Australia. I just thought I'd have to throw that in. Yeah, we're here today celebrating Ava and her achievements. And firstly, I would just like to introduce a few people around the room. We have Lisa Roberts, who is the chair of our board, with us today. We have Michelle here. We didn't have to encourage her too much to be here, Don, so she came along willingly. We also have Training Services New South Wales represented here today, who are Ava's employer. Ava's currently on a traineeship. She has on her second traineeship now. And so they are her employer and have been supporting her while she's been studying here at the college. We also have Ava's trainer, Fern Wilson, no relation at all, no nepotism here whatsoever. And we also have members of our staff, as well as Ava's mother, Jodie, and Ava's grandmother, Lorraine. So we're very excited to be here. We're very excited for Ava. She has had her challenges, as we've been hearing. The other students who have been nominated and are finalists have had challenges. Ava's commitment, her motivation to her studies, to supporting her mother over many years, and her achievements, not only through her studies, but in the community, are outstanding. And I think it's wonderful that she's made the final 8. And I would also wish her luck, and also all the other finalists here today. So thank you all very much.
It's absolutely wonderful. Greetings to Tamworth in New England, northern New South Wales. It's wonderful to see you all today. And we will continue along, but it's fabulous that you're all there together to celebrate this occasion with Ava. We're next going to turn to the nominee from Virto, which is Rosie or Rosio Caraballo. Now, I think that we have Rosie on separately. And we might just see if she can unmute herself to say hello. Are you with us, Rosio?
Hello, I'm here.
Excellent. Just say hello. Whereabouts are you?
I'm at home at the moment, taking care of the little one while also working.
Fabulous. Okay, and thank you very much, and certainly thank you to you for participating, and also to the to Virto, and I think it was Matthew Woodcock and the business development manager we've been in contact with. We're really pleased that you're with us today. So we'll be back in touch, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Okay, we next turn to the Youth Development Foundation in Brisbane, which nominated Teresa Mapazua. Now, and I believe that Jerry is there in Brisbane. We hope that we can throw to you. Youth Development Foundation in Brisbane, are you with us?
Hey Don, hello everyone, how you going? COVID sucks, can I say? I miss you all. We should be out at dinner and drinking wine.
So Jerry, who is with you today in Brisbane?
We have Teresa, our nominee, with us, our beautiful mama, as we've nicknamed her at YDF, and some of the YDF team are here to support her as well today. We've just had a beautiful chicken and salad lunch to celebrate, and we're here to cheer on our mama through to see how we go in these nominations. So Teresa completed the Skilling Queenslanders for Work program with us about 4 months ago now. She completed her Cert 1 in business and her Cert 2 skills for work and vocational pathways. And she still comes back to us once a fortnight, once a month to help mentor other young Islander people that come through our programs here at YDF. And she is our oldest participant ever that we've had here at YDF, because we got our state government to take away our age restrictions on our funding models. So that's a win-win from us.
Excellent news. Thank you very much, Jerry, and also congratulations to you, Teresa, for getting to this point in the awards this year. Okay, now, and I now want to turn again to Western New South Wales, to Western Riverina Community College in Griffith. Now there, we are celebrating the achievements of the late Rebecca Hilton. We should have Sue Reynolds there and possibly some other staff and students. Sue and friends in Griffith, are you with us?
Yeah, thanks, Don. Can you see the crowd in this room?
We certainly can. Can you tell us who was there and introduce everybody?
Okay, so to my right, or maybe to your left, is Matt, is Rebecca Hilton's husband. Beck, Rebecca's very dear friend. Alison, who was Rebecca's Certificate 3 Individual Support Trainer. Sophie Bozic, she's our Student Support Officer, myself, and you all know David Martin, who's the boss.
Thank you very much, Sue. Lovely to see you, David, and lovely to see you, the other friends. And I know this is in somewhat of a sad occasion, of course. However, this is an opportunity to celebrate some achievements. So we're really very pleased to see you this afternoon. Okay.
Can we say a little bit about Beck?
Oh, by all means, please do.
Yeah, sorry. Rebecca Hilton enrolled in Certificate 3 in Individual Support approximately 3 years ago. And shortly after she enrolled, she became ill. So that's why it's taken her so long to complete it. So Beck, we're very touched that she chose us to come and do her studies, and she became a valued member of our community, which is great. She was an inclusive student. She threw herself into her classes and into her studies, and also made other students welcome and settle into the learning. She had a positive approach to learning, regardless if she was having a crap day. She would put her best foot forward, come to class, and it wasn't about her, it was about everybody else. So that was really wonderful about her. She had a sense of humour. She had a never give up attitude, and she would have made a fantastic aged care worker. She would have made a huge difference in the sector. So she's probably up somewhere looking after people, and they'll be very blessed to have her. WRCC, being a community college, we have seen in the history of WRCC, there have been and continue to be students that touch our lives for many reasons. Beck will be forever remembered in the corridors and in the classrooms of WRCC. So I'd like to thank Beck, her husband, and her dear friend for allowing them to share her with us. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and our greetings to everybody there in Griffith. It's a great pleasure to see you this afternoon. Okay, now I'd just like to do a final call back to Atwea College, based in the Hunter Valley in New South Wales. I'm just wondering if Atwea College is on the line and can say hello to everybody. Possibly not. Okay, so let us continue now to the to the next phase, which is the announcement. So we have two different types of awards that we're announcing today. We're actually three, but we're two different types of awards. The first of those is the highly commended, you might call runner-up, but everybody who's made a finalist in our eyes is a winner in this event, okay? That's the most important thing to remember. But first, to announce the highly commended, I would like to introduce a really valued senior public servant with the New South Wales government, who's Austin Whitehead, who is on the line, and I would like to turn it over to Austin to announce, well, not one, but actually two highly commended people this year. Over to you, Austin.
Thanks so much, Don. I really appreciate and couldn't be happier to present these awards today. Before I do, I just want to acknowledge that wherever we are today, and we're meeting on Aboriginal land, and I want to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and extend that acknowledgement to any Aboriginal people sharing this meeting with us today. As I said, I couldn't be happier to present these awards today. Just hearing the stories, reviewing the papers and the background, it's truly impressive. And especially to do so on behalf of the New South Wales Government, the New South Wales Department of Education, and the Minister for Skills and Tertiary Education. So the Honourable Jeff Lee, who we heard from earlier in his video presentation. So we know that the New South Wales Government has long supported the state's adult and community education sector, and we're thrilled to see today the results of this support. All of these students have undertaken outstanding activities, and many of them have overcome major barriers to learning. And in addition to overcoming these barriers, I'm deeply impressed to see a common thread between the finalists in the awards. And that's a commitment to giving back to the community, either through their volunteering or their choice of career. It's that sense of giving and that sense of belonging that really demonstrate the value of the community colleges. You should all be very proud of your achievement, especially in a year so different and challenging to those that have gone before. In many areas, drought, bushfires, and now the impact of COVID. So you should look back on this year as an achievement across whatever course or whatever training you've been undertaking, and look at it fondly and think about the sense of achievement that you've been able to gain from completing that study. The highly commended award this year is shared and goes to two individuals. The first, Olivia Wales, nominated by Macarthur Community College in Southwest Sydney. And the second, Teresa Mapuzia, nominated by the Youth Development Foundation in Brisbane. A huge congratulations to you both and well done.
Thank you very much, Austin. Now, what we'll do is we're going to call on you again, Austin, in another couple of minutes, but I did want to give the opportunity first to Olivia and again to Teresa, just to say any words of thanks. Olivia, are you still with us and able to say a word of thanks and whatever your message would be to us?
Hi, thank you so much for that. I just wanted to thank my college first, Macarthur Community College, and my TAFE teacher, Olivia, for helping me through this whole entire year and finishing early. And I would also like to thank my boss and my manager for even giving me the opportunity to do my traineeship and get through the whole entire year. And also all my employees who have helped me gain all the knowledge I have now.
Thank you very much, Olivia. Now I want to actually now cross to Brisbane, back to Brisbane, and Jerry and Teresa, are you there for Teresa to say a couple of words?
Yeah, we're back. Yay! Mama, what you got to say? Big voice.
On behalf of myself, I'd like to say thank you to Jerry and my YDF family for appointing me for this. I've never ever won anything like this, and it's a true blessing. I really believe that for me, to help me through what I'm going through is a journey for me to learn, and that's all I wanted was to learn. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Don.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to go back now to Austin Whitehead, and ask Austin to announce the winners of the Community Education Student of the Year Award. And again, we have 2 winners. So I will turn now to Austin. Austin, please, back over to you for the next and final announcement.
Just make sure I'm off mute. There's 2 things that I've just been reminded of. Olivia, around the valuable contribution of the teaching staff. So this is also a big congratulations to the colleges and to the people who've supported these amazing students to where they are today. Congratulations. And Teresa's comment that she's never won anything. I think the thing here is that you've earned it. So a big congratulations. But for the major announcement, the winner of the 2020 Community Education Student of the Year Awards, again, is a tie. So we have the 2 winners, and they are Crystal Barlow, nominated by the Atwea College, Newcastle and Cessnock, and Ava Steele, nominated by the Tamworth Community College. Congratulations to you both. Outstanding.
Thank you very much, Austin. Now, first, we might go back out to Tamworth and to see if Ava Steele is there with our friends in Tamworth at the room there, just to say a couple of words and to any messages to us. Tamworth.
So excited. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's been a part of my journey, to Mel for getting me the traineeship in the first place. Thank you to my teacher, Fran, always helping me out with all of my studies and getting me to where I am today. And thank you to everybody else that's been a part of my journey.
That's wonderful. Thank you and congratulations again. And then we'll have one final go to see if we can connect with Newcastle in the Hunter Valley. Is anybody in Newcastle able to connect with us today? Doesn't look like that's the case, but there with that. So as our final note, I wanted to a couple of final notes. The first thing again is that each of the finalists and each of those that are those 9 organizations and individuals today are winners in our eyes. That's the first thing to note. Each of those will be receiving a special certificate from Community Colleges Australia, which we will be sending out within the next day or so, as well as special trophies in addition for the 2 honorable, highly commended, and the 2 winners. And there will also be cash prizes for all of those. And so we really, and we will be back in touch to the winners through their colleges for those cash prizes. And we thank everybody for that. Now, with that, we now come to the conclusion.
I think Crystal's is ready to speak.
Ah, Crystal, please. We don't seem to be getting anything on that. So we will have an opportunity to get an extra message from Crystal at another point. Thank you very much, Vanessa, who is actually one of our 2 judges. Lovely to see you on screen again. And with that, we will come to the conclusion of the 2020 Community Education Student of the Year Awards that are hosted by CCA, graciously funded by the New South Wales government and the minister, the Honourable Jeff Lee, with our 2 judges, Gordon Amon, Vanessa Isles, and our presenter, Austin Whitehead. I thank you very much, everybody, for your attendance. It's wonderful to see you all this afternoon. Everybody stay well, stay healthy, and to all of the organizations, fabulous, excellent work in your training and your students. The stories are well and truly inspiring for all of us who hear and read about them. We're really pleased. We celebrate your successes. Absolutely. Thank you again.